Hey guys, I'm Nicci. I am a personal trainer and movement coach here at Studio 51. So first off, welcome to my studio. This is literally a brick wall, but I thought good backing for my videos. So today's topic is frozen shoulder. So these are just some gentle movements I've learned in regards to getting gentle movement into a frozen shoulder. So frozen shoulder, this is a lot more technical than what I'm going to say, but it is literally exactly that, a shoulder that doesn't move, that literally is stuck, as the clients will say. They'll just say, I'll say to them, is that okay? And they'll say, I just can't move it. So frozen shoulder. I will just go straight into the movement. So first off, you will hold it under. Oh, I forgot a towel. Let's pretend there is a towel. I would tuck it under my shoulder. I actually just want to do it because this isn't a towel, but let's pretend that's a rolled up towel. And what you're going to do is you're going to gently put this shoulder into an external rotation, abduction, and then bring it back. So what it often looks like with my clients for this, they will go to say here, and they're like, no, I can't go any further. So this hand gently pushes it a little bit more. So in my case, I can keep going quite far because I don't have frozen shoulder. So just, if you're one of the clients that is watching this, just do what feels right to you. Let's just see how far that shoulder can go gently, and then bring it back, okay? Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. I keep thinking like how much more, but sometimes it's better to do less technical and the less is more technique. Sorry, I just realized you're probably gonna want to be a little bit close to the wall. So I feel like I'm missing half of my, I feel like this is so organized. Usually a lot better than this, I promise. And I just feel like it's just the two of me, so let's not film again. So hands on the table or a bar, like we've literally got a bar in the studio. So what I want you to do is slowly walk the feet out. I soften the knees and I sink down into it. And then I walk back up nice and slowly. So they literally just walk out, so you're walking the feet down. I push my bum back, my knees are soft. It's a beautiful stretch. I've got pressure going down into my hands. Now, frozen shoulder. This is still a beautiful stretch. You might get to say here and be like, I can't go any further. That's fine. You're just gently trying to add a little bit more each time. And then how you can add to this stretch, kind of want to be on a little bit of angle. As you go down as far as you can, wherever your shoulder lets you go. And then you'll take off one of the hands and try and reach towards the opposite foot. Then you'd come back up and then go again, opposite direction, okay? You do that 4 times each side, then go through the middle. So now I'm through the middle. Come back up, other side. And do 4-second holds on each of these, please. And then what you do, hand to the opposite side of the other hand. Does that make sense? And so you're going to the opposite side while still pushing back. So don't just go like this, because that's easy. As you're pushing back, try and reach that hand to the opposite side of the other hand. Happy to answer any questions if you're like, Nicci, that did not make sense. I will happily answer any questions. Your next one you can do, again, can be standing, or you can be seated next to a table or a chair, and you bend the elbow, and I'm gonna just gently, this is me just thinking about change angles, I push my butt back as I sink down into it. So I don't feel much of a stretch in this movement, however, it works quite well, again, getting movement into that shoulder. Just gently pushing the butt back, sinking down. So if I was from the side pretending there's something here, you're literally keeping the arm where it is, I'm going to keep it there, as you're tilting over. Let me know if that makes sense, but this is frozen here, tilt forward, pushing the butt back, knees are soft, literally a good morning stretch, but your arm is in place to try and get movement into that shoulder, okay? I have a list that I wanted to make sure that I'm like, okay, don't forget, because that's kind of the worst thing, is you might finish filming and be like, oh, I forgot one of the best moves, and that's not fun. So another movement is up the wall, and all you do, I've got my left hand up the wall, my left foot is forward, my right foot is slightly back, and all you do is push the chest, trying to get it into the wall and come back up. So I gently lean forward, push my butt back, come back up. Do about 4-second holds, gently push into it, come back up 4 times. So that one again, if it's, you don't need to do both sides. Like in all my videos I'll be saying both sides. This is the one case that I'm like, you don't have to. It's not a bad idea just to see what the other shoulder is doing, because sometimes it is actually really tight, so I do recommend that. But in this case, I am just focusing on the frozen shoulder side. Another really good one that works well is on the wall, and it's thread the needle on the wall. So say thread the needle on the ground is really intense. So you use the wall, you come through, stretch as far through as you can without pushing into pain, come back and add a rotation. So then bring it back up the wall, we go through, and now I'm facing away so it's not ideal, so far as you can, come back, add a rotation. It's actually really nice stretch. That is using the wall, thread the needle. If you're someone that's like, well, I can do thread the needle with a rotation on hands and knees, which I have filmed before. If you're like, can you send me that? Totally can. If you can do that on the floor, no worries, do it. It's just a lot of my clients will need the wall, and it's just a really cool way to just add that into it. Now, one more stretch I want to show you guys, but I need to bring you guys down to the floor. So, just add to my, oh, I nearly dropped the whole box. Add to my professionalism with this video today. I just seem to be, I'm just not winning with all my screen angles and stuff. That's right, I just really want to get this done, because there's lots of people out there with frozen shoulder stuff going on. So let's do the last movement. So I'm on my hands and knees. What I want you to do, gently, is I'm going to bend my left shoulder as I take, bend my left elbow, as I take my right hand forward and stretch down into it. Bring it back. Then what you do, you can just keep staying straight ahead and bring it back. What I would like you to do is try different angles and just see how it feels. You're holding for 4 seconds, bringing it back, and for example, we can also do a little thread the needle. If you can, you go all the way down, but remember, you might not. You can go all different angles. What I want you to see is just which one that you're like, oh yeah, that's the stretch I need, because some of these you might not. You just gently push into it. Again, this is probably one I would check both sides, because it's quite common to be tight on both sides. And there you have it, some frozen shoulder, I guess stretches, mobilizers, however you want to look into it. It's just trying to gently add movement into that shoulder. If you have any questions, again, please ask me, you're more than welcome to. These are just some things that I've learnt over the time working with frozen shoulder. Just gentle movement, keep trying to get it into it, and yeah, good luck. Enjoy. Thanks guys, see ya.